My name is JP Delmore and I am NAHB's tax lobbyist. We've done a separate video looking at some of the provisions in the tax bill pending before Congress, the American Families and Workers Act, but I want to talk about whether this bill will become law. Even in this era of partisan conflict, there's an occasional bipartisan breakthrough, and early on, it looked like this bill would be one. In the House, the bill advanced out of committee by a vote of 40-3. That's a level of bipartisan support that we rarely see these days. And then it passed the whole House on January 31st with 84% of the House voting for it. So you might reasonably think such a bipartisan bill, it's going to see swift and easy passage in the Senate. Unfortunately, that's not been the case. There's a lot of finger pointing going on between each party over who's to blame for the lack of progress, but nearly 2 months after passing the House, there's no pathway to advance this bill in the Senate. Because this bill would be beneficial to home builders, NAHB has reached out to every Senate office to explain why this bill is good for housing and to encourage the parties to get together and find a path forward. Now, there is a limited window of time when bipartisan legislation can advance. But as we get closer to the political conventions and to the election, of course, that window starts to close. When I ask my magic 8-ball, will this bill pass? I get reply hazy, try later. The future of this bill, unfortunately, is indeed hazy at this moment. Now, we're going to come back and do additional updates as the path becomes more clearer. But in the meantime, we will be continuing to work the Hill and press the Senate to act.